What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and another video. Excuse my absence yesterday, sorry there wasn't a video. I had the dentist, and if any of you guys have been to the dentist before, I hope you all have. If you haven't, you should go. I just had to recover afterwards, and having a numb face, trying to drink water and it falling out of your mouth and stuff, not the best look to be in front of a camera with. So I decided to take the day off yesterday, chill, let my face heal, and I'm stoked to be back. Right now we're headed to the wreckers. This one is called Jolly's. I like this one because it's got concrete that all the cars are on instead of mud, like Imlax, which is always nice. So this one's like a little bit luxurious, I guess you'd say, in the fact that we don't have to lay in mud to get parts out of the cars. What I'm hoping to get is a kinked boot. That is, you'll see in a second, but it's the boot on the Lancers that looks more like the, well, it is more like the Evo boot, because it kind of goes in the middle instead of being flat. And I just want one for our car because I like the look of it a lot more than the standard boot. So that's what we're hoping to get. I'll probably get a couple of trim bits as well that we need for the car. The boot is currently missing all of the trims, so I'm kind of going a little bit more further than I expected to go on this car because it's turned out way better than I thought it would. And I want it to be nice now, so we're going to put all the trims and stuff back in the boot and make it look all nice and factory. I also have a Walbro 255 fuel pump that we're going to install in the car, to give the car the fuel that it needs for the turbo that's on the car so that we can rip on it properly. And we will take it back to the dyno and run it up again, but not today, because I still need to do a couple of mods on the turbo before we can do that, which is sweet. We have a 3.5-inch lobster dump exhaust tip that a subscriber sent in, as well as this hoodie, but I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that when we weld that onto the car, because it currently has a 3-inch exhaust tip on it. And I think it just could be a little bit bigger, you know? Yeah, big day for the Fevo. First things first though, let's get to the wreckers. Alright, so we're here. As you can see, concrete, so much better. Here's a kinked boot, instantly found one. The best thing about these is it's got the holes pre-marked for the Evo spoiler. It goes in the middle here, down the side, not bad. Alrighty, so upon much searching, I found one that I think we're going to take. So we've got the tail lights here, so we'll grab the tail lights and the boot as well. Now there's a small tiny little dent right here in the boot. Other than that, which is easily fixed, other than that, it's nice and tidy. But the main thing is it's white, so really easy to respray with the silver. So we'll go ahead and whip that off. Also take the tail lights and some of the boot trim, and we're pretty well in the clear for what we want, which is awesome. The hardest part I think is going to be finding the lights that go in here, the garnish lights. They're not going to be easy to find, but you know, we'll keep an eye out. I'm sure we'll find them eventually, but yeah, let's whip this boot off. Found a Bible, handy for when we want to get all religious and stuff on the channel, so hold that for later. Just kidding. So here's our haul that we've gotten. 2 tail lights, a kinked boot, all the boot trims we need, which should transform our boot back to stock, which would be really nice. But that kinked boot I'm just super stoked on. Should look sick. It's got the badges and stuff on it as well, so that's super handy. Alright, we are back at the factory. Lancer is going on the hoist, and new parts are outside. It's currently sitting on the trailer. We have to paint them and stuff like that, so we won't be putting them in today. But I have realised these tail lights that we currently have are different than these tail lights. Not different shape, they do fit, they're just different, like more red here. I don't know, it's pretty random. But the reason we have the car on the hoist is because we are fitting our Walbro 255 fuel pump into the car. And a bunch of you guys have said that you can change the fuel pump, you just take the back seat out and then do it from there. But that must be American ones, because in the Australian ones there is no plate anywhere to remove to replace the fuel pump. There's a sender unit here, which just tells you how much fuel you've got, but unfortunately in Australia we have to drop the tank out of the car to get the fuel pump out, which is absolutely ridiculous to me, but hey, whatever, it is what it is. Also, we are respraying this rear bar, so please ignore that because it's the worst looking part on the car now that we've resprayed everything. But we'll get the car in the air and we're going to suss out underneath and see exactly what is going on. Hopefully it's not too difficult. because I just can't be stuffed right now. I need more energy drink, flying power. So the fuel tank is held in by 4 14mm bolts. I really have no idea exactly what the process is in terms of getting to the fuel pump. So we're just going to undo those bolts and lower it down using a fantastic oil drainer once again as like a bit of a holder for it, just to see exactly what's going on in there and whether we can easily replace the fuel pump. Not super confident that it's going to be easy, just crossing my fingers that maybe, hopefully it'll be easy. We could always empty the tank, right? We'll see if we need to. Alright.
That's the smallest tank hole.
I know, it'll take like 4 years to empty it. Alright, let's drop it down. Wow, that was not like super difficult, but I definitely needed 2 people because there's some fuel in there, so it makes it a lot heavier obviously. Some fuel. So there were a couple of lines we had to take off. This line, which is like the breather for the charcoal canister, fuel lines, so send and return. Here are the plugs. There's quite a bit of length on them though, so you can get the tank down and then undo the plugs. 2 plugs for the sender and for the fuel pump. And then there's 2 up here, which obviously are fuel filler, and that's it. And then you can drop the tank down 4 14mm bolts. So it's not super hard, but you definitely need 2 people. So now we'll go ahead, we'll take the fuel pump unit out and we'll kind of see where we're at and how our new Walbro 255 is going to fit in, whether we need to do any like modifications at all. So here's our stock unit, and I can guarantee pretty much the Walbro is going to bolt straight in with no modification hopefully needed, because it looks exactly the same, which is fantastic. Even has the same plug, so I don't even need to do any wiring. Should just bolt straight in. Happy days. This one looks like it's definitely been in the car for the duration of its life, so no wonder it started stressing balls when we asked too much of it on the dyno. So here's a Walbro 255 fuel pump I got from Peck Australia here in Melbourne. Hit their website up, links in the description if you want to grab one. It says TI Automotive, but as you can see here it says Walbro automotive fuel pumps are now TI Automotive, so that's just their new name. But unbox it. So we get all the wiring, hose clamps, nice fresh sock. Then we have a brand new Walbro 255. Look at that. Here's a pro tip from Mike, just for you guys. Whenever you're doing fuel pumps, always put a genuine one in. I've always used genuine. I think I had one eBay Walbro in my car once and it died really quickly. But it's really hard to tell that they're not genuine because they come in the box. It says like all the right stuff on it. So you really have to do your due diligence to make sure. Pretty much, if it's really cheap, it's likely a knockoff. Alright, so here's our stock pump. It literally came out super easy. Just had a bracket holding it on down the bottom. Undo one Phillips head bolt, screw, whatever you want to call it. Unclamp this, and it literally just slips off and unplugs from the plug, right? Here's our new pump, and it should go in literally exactly the same. It's slightly longer, is it? It's actually exactly the same length once you put them all up against each other, so really everything should go together exactly as it come apart. Boom, stock clip fits in. And there we have it, guys. Literally bolted straight in. Beautiful. So we'll fit it in now. Should be fairly simple, just straight down. Go in your home. Is it gonna go in? Or is it taller? Maybe not. Ah, maybe it like sticks down. Yeah, that's definitely just hitting the bottom. Ah, we have a problem, Houston. Alright, pull it back out. We're gonna probably have to swap the sock for another one. So, lesson be learned. It doesn't fit perfectly. Alright homies, so I did make a rookie mistake. Well, not really a rookie mistake, just the sock, the way that it points and how low it sits from the Walbro 255. It didn't really fit. It hit the bottom of the tank, so I had to use the sock off the stock pump but it's still sweet to go, so shouldn't be a problem. Not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world. So place that back on there. Look at that. That's the easy part though. Now we have to put the frickin' tank back up in the air. Dan's real excited about it, aren't you, Dan? Let's do up these 4 million bolts and put it in the air. That was the fastest bolt done up ever. Still not done up though. Voila! It's in. Daniel, now's your job. Let's go. We're putting it back in the air. I'm not looking forward to it. Cue time lapse to make it look way easier than it actually is. Go! That wasn't so bad. Thoughts?
It'd be much easier if this part here was the fuel tank.
Yeah. It would be much easier if it was like every other Mitsubishi and you could just undo it from the seat.
Well,
I should have cut the hole out.
Every other car.
Yeah, true actually. I should have cut the hole out while we were there.
Just cut it while the fuel tank's there.
And then just put a... Why do you say stuff like that? Because then I'll do it.
Yeah, just don't do it. Okay, can you put that on a bit more?
So guys, Dan is about to take this car for a drive for the first time. Are you excited?
You're very dark.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I have light behind me. That's how cameras work. Are you excited to drive it?
Should be.
Subject.
Should be interesting.
Are you excited for all the garb rub?
It doesn't rub at all.
Fuel pump is in. Time to start her up. See if it works. First things first, we should hear it prime. I haven't really heard anything. Maybe it doesn't prime. Alright, let's just start it. Oh, can definitely hear it. Yep, that's a Walbro under there. Alright, fuel pump works. Now it's time for Dan to take it for a drive. Alright, that works perfectly. But before we take it for a drive, by the way, preempting, it's going to scrape a little bit because me and Dan are both going to be in the car at the same time. But tomorrow we're changing the tyres on the car to a different size. We're going one size smaller and we're putting RE003 semi-slick tyres on it as well, so that's going to be mad. But before we take it for a drive, I'm super stoked. One of my subscribers, Matt from MB Fab in New South Wales, sent me a 3.5-inch lobster dump tip, which is sick because we have a 3-inch one on the car currently, and I just think it looks a little small. Like I thought it would be big enough, but like it just looks a little bit small for what's going on. And now the car's actually making power. I was like, oh, we need something a little bit more serious back there. So Matt sent this out, along with this awesome hoodie. Check that out. It's got like the TIG frickin', what do you call those things? TIG welding handle thingies. I'm literally not educated with this stuff. But he sent this out just as a friendly gesture. So I'm super stoked. So if you guys need any fab work at all done in New South Wales, hit up Matt at MB Fab. Suss out these welds, man. This thing is tidy as hell. I'm pumped on it. So we're gonna replace this one currently on. Shout out Elijah. And I'm gonna put this one on the shelf. I'm sure we'll use this on another project. But we'll just tack it on for now because I'm gonna get Woz to do the proper welds. So we'll just tack it on with the gas mig. Just, you know, have them looks. And then look at this. Oh, that's nice. You know, everyone loves a bit of double tipping. 2 tips, you know.
Maybe we should just tack it on like that.
I'm not doing that. Holy, that looks so much better. It's crazy how much going 1/2 inch up changes it, but now it looks like, you know, it means a bit more business, which is cool. It really suits it a lot better. So huge thank you to Matt. Like I said, New South Wales, if you need some fab work done, check out MB Fab. Link is in the description for their Facebook page. Hit them up if you need any fab work done. Fantastic quality, super cool dude, so thank you, bro. Also, this hoodie is just super dope. But now, Dan's in the car. We're gonna start it up and just make sure that the fuel pressure is where it needs to be. Pop that bonnet, Dan. Oh, look at that engine bay. You needs a tidy still, but hey, we're getting there. Give it a rev. Perfect. Oof, looks good. Ladies and gentlemen, damn, that thing looks good. Wow. Alrighty, let's see what it's like to be a passenger in this thing. It's gonna scrape like hell, that's for sure. Nice ride. Nice steering wheel, damn.
Feels very smooth.
Yeah, it's good. At least the sun's not in our eyes.
Jesus. It reminds me of my old S13 exactly to the same.
Yeah? It's good though, huh?
I can't even see it.
It's so... There is a car coming, we can't see it because the windscreen's so dirty. What do you reckon? You can't go... Oh yeah, right. You can't downshift a second after being... Oh, you're in first. Okay, nice. Yeah, it needs a...
Tree on the road.
There's a tree. What do you?
This is full of obstacles.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of stuff going on around our streets. That's for sure.
Yeah, it feels nice.
It's so strange being in the passenger seat. Like,
As a middle gear.
it just feels like a turbo car, which is so crazy, right?
Mm.
That second gear pull really feels like it wants to go somewhere. The dose is pretty loud.
Yeah.
I didn't realise.
Well, you could hear it if like the window's open.
Yeah, for real. It's got long gears, I think. Feels like you'd make like 110 in second.
Yeah, it feels long. Doesn't rub as bad as...
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's the rear side. And I'm heavier than you.
Yeah. Once the new tyres are on tomorrow, we should be way better. Get across that road, cat. We don't need to be running over no cats and no Fevo. Good man. The fuel pump works. You love to ride that clutch into second, huh?
Yeah, well, it feels very different.
Yeah, drop it. Yeah. Get out of our way, mister. Alright, give it a thumb.
Pulls pretty hard.
Yeah, it gets up there.
Yeah.
It's weird, you can't really give it much on these streets, right?
I'm pretty sure.
A little bit of scraping. There you have it, the fuel pump's installed, the car's ready to go back on the dyno. It's definitely getting more fuel now across the rev range, so it may not be making as much power as it was before because, you know, more fuel and too much fuel sometimes means that it's running too fat and then it doesn't have as much power. Stoked on that, also super keen to get our kinked boot onto the car. We need to respray it, we'll respray the rear bar at the same time. Also huge shout out, thank you Matt for sending that dump. I'm stoked on it. Step by step, every day, this car just gets closer and closer to being the car that I want it to be. We've got a lot of work to do. The Datsun is going to get some love real soon. We're going to respray the engine bay. A couple of people mentioned they're not keen on the matte black, and you've managed to change my mind, and now I'm not keen on the matte black either, so we're going to spray it a different colour. You'll find out what colour soon. So make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Thank you to Daniel for helping me out with the fuel tank. You're a legend. Thank you to you guys for always supporting. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video of madness and good times and lockdown. Peace.